Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Warframe. I'm your host with the most, as always, Francois878, and today I'm bringing you the review/build guide for the Atterax, the new Grineer whip that came out in 14.7, and I'm really excited about this whip. I like all of the whip weapons in the game. The Lecta and the Infested Whip are a lot of fun to use, and the same thing with this. I don't know why, it just makes me feel like Indiana Jones. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm the only one. But this whip is a lot of fun to use, especially because it's one of the few weapons in the game that can excel in both crit chance and crit damage, and in status effects. Normally, in most weapons in this game, you have to pick which one you have to, it's either a crit weapon or a status weapon, but this is one of the weapons that actually does both very well, or at least does both halfway decently, which is better than a lot of weapons. But for my build to achieve this, basically just pressure point first, of course, and True Steel and Organ Shatter, which is the two crit chance and crit damage. The base crit chance on this weapon is 25%, so with the True Steel, which is a 60% boost, you get up to 40% crit chance, which is amazing. Organ Shatter is 90% crit damage, which the base is 300%, 3 times. So you're getting a 5.7 times the normal damage on a crit. And then, of course, Spoiled Strike for 100% more damage, but 20% less 20% less attack speed. I've got Fury on there to supplement that, to kind of go away from to kind of supplement the attack speed loss on Spoiled Strike. I also have Berserker on there, which is kind of it's not a very good mod on a lot of melee weapons, because not a lot of melee weapons have high enough crit chances to make it worth it. But basically what Berserker does is once you crit, you gain a 30% attack speed bonus, and that stacks 3 times. So if you crit 3 times, you're going to get a 90% attack speed bonus. Now, with the 10% attack speed bonus left from Fury, after you subtract the 20% for Spoiled Strike, you're going to be doing, this weapon has 100% higher attack speed. So instead of a 0.9 attack speed, it's going to have a 1.8 attack speed, which is almost 2 attacks per second, which is absolutely fantastic. And you really need it, because for the last 2 mods, it's basically the 2 dual stat mods that you want to have on the weapon, depending on who you're fighting. Obviously, you want Radiation for Grineer, you want Magnetic for Corpus, and you want Corrosive for Infested and Corrupted. And with both the dual stat elemental mods, that's 120% status chance, which should put you at 44% status chance. So you have an 84% chance with every hit to either hit a status or a crit, which I think is pretty damn good. And it's one of the few weapons that, like I said, do both pretty well. It's also, as far as stance, you want to put the Burning Wasp whip stance on. That fits the polarity just fine. And this build, I did need to potato the Atterax, but I did not have to format at all. This is just a pure level 30 build, which is very nice. Now, the damage on this particular build is a little low, the base damage, but when you multiply it by 5.7 on the crits, and, you realize you have 2 attacks per second, basically, the low damage is kind of, when you see that low damage, it's not really a good indication of what this weapon can really do, especially if you're channeling. But that's about it for my review of the Atterax. It's a fun weapon. It's definitely worth your time. I enjoy it a lot. But please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for my Buzzlock review. We'll see you next time.